not because China doesn't want us to do this.
Okay, thank you. John, do you have a question? Go ahead, John.
Sir, good morning, sir. Just like to clarify lang po, bukod sa tubig at pagkain na dinadala natin sa BRP para sa ating mga tropa, tuloy pa rin po kayong pagpadala natin ng mga repair materials sa BRP?
Well, that question has been responded by ADG Malaya of the National Security Council. Our response to that question is that regardless, whether that's food or rotation of personnel or that construction material, that is something that China doesn't really care. Because we know for a fact na ito yung lagi nilang justification why they are preventing the supply operation in Ayungin Shoal to happen. Because they were saying that we are carrying or transporting construction materials on board BRP Sierra Madre. But let me take this opportunity, and again, to re-echo the statement of ADG Jonathan Malaya, that we don't really need to care about their statement kahit anong dalhin natin sa BRP Sierra Madre. Because as far as our sovereign rights is concerned, Ayungin Shoal falls within our exclusive economic zone, and BRP Sierra Madre remains to be an active commissioned vessel of the Philippine Navy.
Sir, gusto ko rin makuha yung reaction niyo tungkol sa pahayag ng Foreign Ministry ng China na mga mamamahayag daw na sumasama sa mga resupply mission sa Ayungin Shoal ay troublemakers. Ano po yung reaction?
Our conspiracy strategy, when we started doing this, we only relied with the Philippine Coast Guard providing photos and images. And then we realized for our transparency strategy to be more effective, we need to embed journalists, media personalities, for them to expose to the world what they're doing, what the Chinese is doing, particularly their provocative actions, legal presence, and bullying tactics towards the Filipino fishermen or even the Philippine Coast Guard vessel. We have to understand the fact that we are a democratic country wherein your constitutionally guaranteed rights of freedom of speech, freedom of the press, nasa sa inyo pa rin naman. This is the reason why we have embedded journalists and media personalities in our operation. Because we think that even without us asking the media personalities or the journalists on board to write anything, whatever they see on board in a particular WPS operation, we can class their factual narrative. So these are not troublemakers. This is the reason why the Defense Press Corps, the FOCAP, they have already expressed their condemnation regarding this statement of the Foreign Ministry of the People's Republic of China. Our intention, why we embedded journalists there, is for them to amplify the factual narrative of what is happening. They are not troublemakers. They're actually the teller of truth. They are our medium to tell the world what is happening and to expose the illegal and aggressive action of the People's Republic of China.
Okay, yes, again. Go ahead, Jesse.
Sir, hello. Magdala po. Hello. Sir, we know na parang ilang taon na po ang lumipas, no, at yung sitwasyon natin sa West Philippine Sea. Kumusta naman po yung moral ng mga tropa na po natin? Ano na po yung parang pinangahawakan nila? Are we seeing na anytime, siguro years from now, magiging mas better na po yung situation doon? Kumusta na po, sir, yung sa inyo po or sa mga tropa na?
Well, the level of morale of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Philippine Coast Guard, I would say, is relatively higher compared before. The mere fact that the ordinary Filipino people is now aware of the sacrifices and the difficulty every time we have deployment of Coast Guard vessel or Philippine Navy vessel, and the sacrifices of our soldiers on board BRP Sierra Madre is something that makes them proud. Ibig sabihin, ang mga Pilipino ngayon, alam nyo na kung ano ang pinagdadaanan ng ating Armed Forces of the Philippines at ng Philippine Coast Guard every time we do this operation in the West Philippines. Unlike before, na ang lahat ng sakripisyo at ipinaglalaban ng ating kasundaluhan ay hindi nalalaman ng ordinaryong Pilipino. Kaya ngayon, if you're going to ask me what's the level of morale of our soldiers and sailors in the West Philippine Sea, I would say their morale is much higher now. Second, your follow-up question about wouldn't they want na sana sa mga susunod na panahon mas maayos ang West Philippines? I think, not just for the Armed Forces of the Philippines or for the Philippine Coast Guard, lahat naman tayong mga Pilipino bilang isang bansa ay nagdanais na magkaroon ng isang maayos, mapayapang West Philippine Sea. Especially for our Filipino fishermen who remains to be greatly affected with this harassment of the People's Republic of China. Katulad din ang mga sundalo at ang Coast Guard ng wish ng ordinaryong Pilipino. Sana matapos na ang gulo ng West Philippine Sea. But again, let me again stress the fact na ang gulo sa West Philippine Sea ay hindi nagbumula sa Armed Forces of the Philippines or the Philippine Coast Guard. Ang gulo sa West Philippine Sea ay resulta ng tahasang pag-violate ng China ng international law. And it's them who's actually bringing trouble in the West Philippine Sea.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead. From.
Good morning, Queen po from ITV Cebu. Sir, on this transparency strategy, just for the record lang, what kind of international support are we receiving so far?
Well, again, our transparency strategy, since we started this last year, it has two main objectives. The first one is for the Filipino people to be aware of what's happening. Our national government believes that it's the responsibility of this administration to tell the Filipino people what is at stake in the West Philippine Sea. Secondly, is for the international community to criticize and condemn the aggressive actions of the People's Republic of China. Now, if you're going to ask me what are the benefits or positive impacts that we have been receiving from the international community, there are already a lot. It's not just only limited to their willingness to support the modernization of the armed forces of the Philippines or even the capacity building of the Philippine Coast Guard, but the mere fact that they are expressing their statement to criticize and condemn People's Republic of China that has reputational costs every time they do this kind of illegal actions. That is already a big factor for the Philippine government since we started this transparency strategy.
Okay, I think that was our last question, unless meron pa bang questions from the floor. Okay, to wrap up our press conference, I'd like to ask briefly na lang yung dalawang speakers natin for their parting words. We'll start with DG Joe.
Thank you. I would just like to thank everyone for attending this press conference and for the questions that you've asked to clarify the issues that we are facing right now. And I would like to, I hope that you'll be able also to help us in amplifying the concerns that we are raising, especially on the issue on the West Philippine Sea. Thank you.
Thank you, DG. Commodore Tarriela.
Maraming salamat po sa pagpunta rito. Ang message lang po ng Philippine Coast Guard on behalf of the National Task Force West Philippine Sea. Ngayon po, it's important for us to understand na ang West Philippine Sea po matters for every Filipinos. Hindi lang po laban ito ng Philippine Coast Guard, hindi po ito laban ng Armed Forces of the Philippines, at hindi lamang po ito laban ni Pangulong Marcos or ng administrasyon ito. Ang problema po natin sa West Philippine Sea will probably, will not end in this administration. Ito po ay patuloy nating kakaharapin sa mga susunod na panahon. Ito po ang dahilan kung bakit natin kailangan tindigan ngayon at ipaglaban ang West Philippines. Ang West Philippine Sea po ay parte ng Pilipinas at tayong lahat po ay Pilipino. Regardless of wherever you came from, kung taga Cebu man kayo, taga Mindanao, Visayas, Luzon, or even in Palawan, ang issue po ng West Philippine Sea ay issue ng bawat Pilipino. Dahil nandito po tayo sa iisang bansa, huwag po natin itong ipamigay, isuko sa laban natin na to. Ang issue ng West Philippine Sea po ay laban natin para sa susunod na lahi ng Pilipino. Kaya dapat po natin suportahan ang ating administrasyon na to. Huwag po tayong magpadala sa mga fake news or false narrative. Ang issue ng West Philippine Sea doesn't concern people from Mindanao or people from Visayas. Our West Philippine Sea fight is a fight for everyone. Ang laban po ng West Philippine Sea ay laban natin lahat bilang Pilipino.
Daghang salamat, Commodore Tarriela. Thank you, DG Joe. And of course, daghang salamat sa ating media partners. I'd also like to mention the INO that we were joined by Bongo Radyo, Christy Aglawan. Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming over.